I said no to being a second wife. In the narrow, dusty streets of Nobi town lived a young woman with fire in her chest, Nkem. She was just 24, the daughter of a poor but proud palm wine tapper. She wasn't the loudest in the village. She wasn't even the most beautiful. But when she walked, the ground seemed to listen. Because Nkem carried something dangerous in a town like Nobi. She carried dreams. Dreams of opening a tailoring shop. Of stitching not just fabric, but freedom into every blouse, every wrapper. But in Nobi, dreams didn't put food on the table. Marriage did. So when Chief Ogwefai, a 60-year-old cocoa merchant and respected elder, came with bride price, her mother nearly danced out of her wrapper. To be the second wife of Chief Ogwefai. Do you know how many girls are praying for this? Her uncle shouted, waving the kola nut in the air like a trophy. But Nkem stood still. Her throat burned. This man had 7 children, a bitter first wife, and eyes that lingered too long. That night, her mother knelt by her bed. "This is your only chance to save this family," she whispered. Nkem didn't sleep. She imagined herself in that mansion, dressed in gold, but silent. Invisible. Just another shadow among the many. The next morning, before the bride price could be counted, Nkem walked into the family compound and said the words that changed everything. "I am not for sale." Her uncle threw his walking stick. Her mother collapsed to the ground. The chief walked away quietly, humiliated. And by sunset, Nkem's name had become a curse. Across 3 villages, they whispered, "She's arrogant. She's cursed. She's a disgrace." At the market, women spat when she passed. At home, silence felt like a noose tightening around her neck. "You've brought shame to this family," her father muttered, refusing to eat her food. Even her little siblings were warned not to speak to her. Nkem cried, not because she regretted it, but because she didn't know what to do next. Then one day, she remembered something. Her late grandmother's old sewing machine, covered in dust behind the storehouse. She patched it up, borrowed 2,000 Nigerian nairas from a neighbor, and began mending school uniforms, in secret. Her fingers blistered. But by the end of the month, she had saved 18,000 Nigerian nairas. She rented a tiny kiosk by the roadside. Hung a hand-painted sign. Nkem's needle, fashioned with fire. At first, only curious eyes. Then 1 customer. Then 2. Then she couldn't keep up with the others. Her designs began to trend on WhatsApp. People started calling her signature blouse pattern the rejection cut. A local fashion blogger featured her story, and overnight, her following exploded. Meanwhile, the chief had married a 19-year-old girl. And just 3 months later, that girl looked 10 years older. She cried every day. One hot afternoon, Nkem's mother appeared at her shop. Eyes soft. Voice shaking. "I was wrong, my daughter." Nkem hugged her, not because everything was healed, but because she had forgiven herself too. That December, she gave her father a brand new pair of sandals. "For all the miles we didn't walk together," she said. And when a journalist asked, "Do you ever regret saying no to Chief Ogwefai?" Nkem smiled, and answered, "I said no to being a second wife, and yes to becoming my own first." Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Tales by M1.